So, good afternoon. I'm going to call you Rose if that's okay.
That's fine.
We've known each other now for nearly a year, I think, coming up to. And I know you well, you know me well, but I think actually some of our viewers and listeners perhaps are a little bit, puzzled actually. What's this Imam doing with this Imam garb? And we've got all of these Ramadan, bunting going on, and we've just led Friday prayers, and just as I was finishing, we had some amazing nasheeds from the famous Islamic singer Maher Zain. I mean, am I in a English secular secondary school here, Miss Rawstron? Would you care to just say a little bit about what's gone on here?
So at Kingsway Park, one of our core values here is we belong. So our kind of tagline of the school is we cooperate, we pioneer, we belong. And you can't have something like that on the door unless that's what's lived and breathed on a daily basis. And especially in a school like ours. We have around 47 nationalities that attend here. And a high percentage of our students are Muslims. And so, as we do for other religious events through the year, on the lead up to Christmas, we celebrate Easter as well. During the month of Ramadan, we look to make sure that everyone feels as though we're respecting their faith and that we're in it with them. So that it's not just something that we say that we belong here, they do. So for Ramadan, we've made a lot of changes to the school just to help our students and our staff alike, just to kind of make them feel that they're connected with us as a community and that, they're not alone, they do belong here. So part of our transition music, we usually have transition music every day between lessons, and we decided... Just
explain that, because some people might not get, because I know traditionally when I was at school it was just a bell, right, to show you the next lesson starts. So what's this idea of a transitional music?
Yeah, so it's a set piece of music for that plays for a set length of time.
Is it about a minute?
No, it's about 5 minutes, because we have 5 different buildings, so to get from one end of one to the other end of the other, it takes a while.
Give them the time to move.
Yeah, so the idea is that when the music starts, it signals the end of that lesson, and then you have until the music ends to get to your next lesson. But we're well aware that it's not overly respectful to be playing music for our students through Ramadan, and also we would change the music for Christmas. We wanted to change it to something that resonated with the month of Ramadan, so we changed it to some nasheeds, which our staff and you were integral in helping us choose. So.
Well, look, I mean, I was here yesterday with a very different garb, with my other role as a professional, helping the school and helping Year 10 students. And I want to say on record, how as a Muslim, and I wasn't here as a member of staff, I was here as a professional with my business hat on, helping young people with, mock interviews for their future. And during that time, all of a sudden, this hugely, and it was right here, and it was loud. It was Arabic, it was prayers upon the Prophet. And I literally, Rose, I had goosebumps. It was such a moment, because even though, yes, I've been involved with the school for nearly a year now, I totally forgot about it, to be honest, because I was in that zone of, helping the kids. And when I heard the words of the Prophet, in my, I wasn't wearing this Islamic garb, I was in my tie and suit, I was in that professional environment. It really did, as you say here, it made me feel that I belonged. And that's what, we talk a lot about cohesion. My organization works, nationally on this idea of a cohesion. But it starts with the simple things. It starts with, and again, as you said to the audience yesterday, it starts with a name. I am always at pains to say to people, look, my name is Irfan, and there's a purpose behind it, and please do try. And you've said that to other staff and to other students and to guests. It really is a testimony to how inclusive this school is. So if you can say a little bit about, the challenges on that, because let's be really crude with this, if I may. Rochdale has got a reputation, nationally for, for cooperation, I hope, for the really positive things. But sadly, when you think Rochdale, people think negative things. People think about, some of the grooming gangs that we've had issues with. Cohesion doesn't seem to be the first word, whereas what we've seen right here is that actually that's the opposite. So in terms of inclusivity, because I know you're big on that here at this school,
Yeah.
what have been your challenges?
I think it's getting the students to understand each other. We've come on quite a journey to get to where we are, where it is just accepted that we're playing nasheeds. And I mean, we obviously share the why with the students for everything that we do, but even if we didn't, they wouldn't even bat an eyelid. So I think it's getting them to understand each other, but I think more than anything, it's been having the parents' involvement and getting them on board with the messages of cohesion, because I think our students are a lot more open-minded than a lot of our parents are sometimes.
And that's across the board, right? You know,
Yeah,
that's how kind of white working class, white middle class, across the class divides, and then the Asian communities, and also we've got a growing kind of Black African community.
Yeah.
You mentioned 57, did you say, communities?
47.
47 languages, that's huge. So yeah, that's why I asked about the challenges there. So okay.
It is a difficult thing, isn't it? Because everyone's a product of their generations. Everyone's a product of the cultures that they were brought up in and around. And I mean, thankfully, our young people are growing up in a community where hopefully they do feel celebrated and they are just very accepting of each other. So it's not been the case for everyone. So
still challenges, but you're going to carry on with your positive air of inclusion and cohesion. Brilliant. Just lastly, in terms of, because I know people ask me this all the time, but I think it's much better coming from you. Actually, what is my role here for the school? I mean, I've come in my garb today, but that's not the conversation that we had initially, did we?
No. So initially, we obviously employed you to be doing some equality, diversity, inclusion and belonging work with our students.
EBDI.
Yeah.
Mouthful.
It's a bit of a mouthful, yeah. So it was more mentoring on a one-to-one basis with the students. They'd either been victim or a perpetrator of some kind of hate crime, and we spoke at length about students not having that as part of their own identity, whether they had committed or whether they were a victim of hate crime. So that was the work that you were initially doing. But actually, I think the more we've gone down this road, the more we've uncovered that there's wider work that needs to be done. And so we stepped out of the role of the one-to-one mentoring, and actually now Irfan's my critical friend, and works really hard with me on trying to create that community and create those community partnerships, and ensures that everyone is reflected in everything that we do as a school. So, for example, in the mock interviews that you were helping with, we had a conversation prior to it to try and diversify the professionals that were coming in, so that the students who were coming in to be interviewed by them felt as though there was someone in that room that they could relate to at least. So.
Brilliant, thank you. Thank you very much, Ms. Rawstron, for this wonderful insight. And once again, on behalf of our organisation and the community at large, just want to say a big heartfelt thank you once again for making people feel that they do belong.
Thank you. That means a lot.